Before we start, don't forget the kickoff is live Wednesday night from 7:45 for Liverpool versus Chelsea. We'll see you there. Welcome back to the kickoff, and Marcus Rashford has mugged off Erik ten Hag once again. I mean, it's so clear that this man does not respect that manager one iota. Drinking all day, the headline reads, down in tequila, falling into bed fully clothed, and then calling in sick to Man United inside Marcus Rashford's 12-hour bender. I know we shouldn't be reading newspapers as a source of, fact, but, it's the best thing we've got. This man's 27 years old and a homegrown Manchester United footballer who should be setting the standard for the rest of the squad at this point. I mean, you're on 350 grand a week, I think. I didn't even behave like this when I was like a 20-year-old fucking apprentice, especially when you're one of the most famous people in the UK and know everyone is going to photograph you wherever you go. Yeah, they'll never notice. I'll just call in sick. He's fucking thick, this one, isn't he? You're really stupid. He even took photographs with people, man. Oh, schoolboy era. They've literally got the CCTV at the bottom. And he called in sick thinking, they'll never know. They'll never know. Mate, the minute this goes public, oh, he's called in sick. Everyone who's seen him that night went, oh, I was with him. And it immediately got out. Immediately. Apparently he's been fined 650 grand. I'm sure that'll bother him. Literally couldn't give two shits. And Belfast waitress Sarah told last night, I mean, she's literally sold her fucking story just for selling him drinks. How can Marcus Rashford be Marcus Rashford and not realise that this would happen? You're literally living this life every day, bro. You know everyone around you knows who the fuck you are. And if they don't, everyone starts murmuring and pretty much the whole room knows by the end of the 5-minute period. So she ended up tagging along by the sounds of it. So she says, I'm not surprised he missed training the next day, given how late he got into bed and how much he had to drink. Apparently he was with a French girl who was very beautiful. She seemed to be with Marcus because of how they interacted. She was touching his knee and touching his arm, but you could tell from the conversation they didn't know each other that well. Are you a fucking psychologist now, love? You're a fucking barmaid? You don't know shit? Leave the analysis to the YouTubers, okay? Apparently he ordered sea bass. I don't know why this is so... It's like the idea that this lad thought he'd get away with it, and yet even the fucking food he was eating has been taken note of. Bro, no one misses anything. He couldn't pluck an eyebrow out without people fucking noticing it, and he thinks he can just call in sick at Manchester United. Thick cunt. So the timeline says he passed out at 3 a.m. And then ended up getting on a private jet at like 7 a.m. So yeah, he was sick. To be fair, he's probably not lying. He just didn't say what from. So he's got you on that one. Now, bearing in mind, this is already out there. Erik ten Hag has had his say on the matter.
Can you clarify the situation with Marcus Rashford?
What sense?
Well, he was photographed in Belfast, missed training because he was ill.
Yeah, fuck. The look of confusion there as if that didn't happen when the bloke says he was photographed in Belfast.
In Belfast, missed training.
Was he? It's news to me. Bro, everything's news to you. Fucking hell. This guy's the shittest manager. The fact that Onana's gone to the fucking African Cup of Nations, can't get a game, is like, it just gets worse and worse for this guy, but he's now just being made to look such a fucking moron. And honestly, I know Man United fans, they want to get behind this guy. Yeah, fill your boots. Keep brainwashing yourself if you can. But this man is being made to look an imbecile. And if you can't say that, then that's on you.
He reported ill. For the rest is internal matter. I deal with it.
Internal matter. He says, I deal with it. It's all over the papers, so it's not really internal anymore, is it? It's very much a public matter. Do you know kind of like the way Jadon Sancho became a very public matter after you told everyone about it? And ironically, that wasn't a public matter because he was just not training up to the standard that you wanted him to, but nobody knew about that. That was a private matter that you made public. This one, a very public matter. It's all over the fucking papers and you're saying internal matter. Yeah, in terms of like leadership, being consistent is very important because if you flip-flop and treat people differently, you're viewed as indecisive and weak, and that will result in this kind of shit. So I'm not surprised. This is the same Marcus Rashford who publicly congratulated Jadon Sancho on his move back to Dortmund after Jadon Sancho told Ten Hag to go and fuck himself, being that this man has to work day in day out with this manager. No fucks given. So he's mugged him off there. He's been mugging him off all season when he can't be asked to fucking track back or make half an effort on the pitch. And now he's going out on the piss and calling in sick like he's some fucking teenager in apprenticeship. Let's get this right. Marcus Rashford categorically does not respect Erik ten Hag. And if you think otherwise, you're not fucking paying attention or you don't want to know know the truth. And although I'm being very blunt about this, I do feel sorry for Ten Hag, because it shouldn't be down to Ten Hag alone to give Marcus Rashford the standards to uphold. He is born and bred Manchester United, one of the highest paid players at the club in the prime of his career. He is supposed to be leading by example right now. The same way Steven Gerrard did for Liverpool, John Terry did for Chelsea, Alan Shearer did for Newcastle. Players who are homegrown, the standards are always higher because you are almost a representative of the fan base at a football club. You are seen as one of us. Marcus Rashford is acting like he couldn't give two shits right now and has been for too long. That's a heartbreaking thing as a fan, to see someone who you thought was one of you guys just fucking it off because he wants to get on the piss. And not only is he cheating the club this season, because, you know, last season he got a goal in every other game and this season it's 1 in every 5. He's cheating himself because the potential and the talent that lad has is very good. Despite Erik ten Hag probably not getting the best out of him as well this season, he's just not applying himself, and that's obvious. You know, Rasmus Højlund hasn't had, a goal assisted by a teammate in English football yet. That's your job, Marcus Rashford. So apparently Marcus Rashford has been fined 2 weeks' wages, which I think, weighing up before he made the decision, he probably thought, yeah, it's worth it anyway. Yes, he's apologised if rumours are to be believed, but that means he'll be back in the team immediately, and it's as if it never even happened, which just feels light as a punishment for me. If you'd said to Marcus Rashford before he did all of this, you know, you're going to be fined 2 weeks' wages, but you'll be back in the team as quick as you want, probably would have went, yeah, fine, I'll do that. And that's why he's behaved the way he has, because he's probably got more power than he should have at that club because of how shit all of Ten Hag's signings have been. If Anthony was any good, he might have something to fucking worry about. So for me, no one comes out looking great here. I mean, the new owners have come in, God knows what they're making of it, because Rashford's behaving like a bellend. Ten Hag, another issue where he's struggling to get the respect of a player, and yet Rashford's playing in the next game if he wants, by the looks of it, no matter how he behaves. So yes, he's apologised, whatever. He's taken the absolute piss out of it, and him playing in that next game kind of just validates, like, all right then, it's not that big of a deal. And I suppose if he scores in that game, then everyone's like, all is forgiven. But for me, as a homegrown player, to behave like that, it leaves a permanent stain on his reputation at the club, because ultimately you don't care as much as you should, and that can't be erased with a goal or two. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and stay subscribed to the Kickoff YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you Wednesday night. It's Liverpool versus Chelsea, Anfield. We're covering it 7:45 live on the Kickoff. I'll see you there.